let's talk about the bait and switch. We haven't had this problem for several weeks, months actually.
Months.
And then all of a sudden, now we're getting that again. So for those who are just listening, or if you're driving around listening to us during the live, then we'll let you know. So it's 2 screenshots, same ride, of course. And the first one came in at $10.32. Tried matching with it, accepted, didn't get it, then got sent the same exact ride. Instead of 1032, it was now 629. Oh, you gotta love that 40% haircut.
Chris, in fact, the second one's pickup is longer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, because he's probably going the other way.
40% less, Uber. We thought this was fixed, and we gave you credit. We go like, hey, good job, you guys fixed it. No more trip radar to exclusive bullshit. There we go again. Man, if you guys are seeing this again, please, not that I want it, but send them to me, email them to me in this order right here. First comes the trip radar, good trip, you accept it. A Uber comes back to you and says, sorry, that trip is not available. And then the same exact trip, and then 30 seconds later shows up as an exclusive, which is the blue bar, acceptance bar, for less. Now, if it's like a few pennies less, let's not bother me with that. But if it's like this, or if it's $1 or $2 or $3 or whatever less, please send them to me so we can fix this again. Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Because this was done. This was finished with. And now, like the plague or whatever the frick it is, the systems, you know what this is? I bet you this is all their AI. They fix it, and then AI figures, you know what? If I do this, our take rate will go higher. Like, all this machine learning shit.
No, you know what? No, you're giving AI like sentience. AI is a stupid child. AI is moronic, and it seriously is getting worse.
Well, send me screenshots.
I prompted something, and it's like, dude, you didn't even fucking answer what I wanted. You gave me this like long spiel of nothing. Like literally, how many tokens did you just destroy when it came to your AI data center trying to figure that out? Now I have to reprompt it saying you're a moron, fix what I said, and give me straight to the point. And then you got to burn more tokens. But I digress. You're giving AI too much credit here. AI has nothing to do with this. You want to know why I know AI has nothing to do with this? Because it was already built in the code last few months when we were talking about this for weeks on end. And then they're like, oh, shit, this is making the rounds. You know what we got to do? We got to fix it. But do you think they really take it out? No. How many times have we seen multiplier surge that hasn't been around for years pop up every once in a while? And then we're like, hey, is multiplier surge making a comeback? No, it's a fucking glitch. You know what happens? Nothing. So this is the exact same thing. You look at it, it's already in the code, and then they're like, ah, shit, we got caught. We'll wait a little bit. Maybe we'll wait the quarter, and then when we want our bonus, because we get the acceptance rate high, or we get the little bonus that we get after the fact. Yes, I know about the bonuses.
Not that easy.
Their teams.
Not that simple. Bro,
I'm telling you, all they're doing, they're just like, yeah, hey, it was out for a while. And then the team said, let's bring it back because we want to make sure we hit our bonus by the end of the quarter. Trust me, I know the bullshit.
Well, all I'm saying is, I understand it's by design. I understand, it went away. Look, man, the head of product, Sachin, said this should never happen. And it truly, it happened for a couple of weeks, and we kept going at it. We kept going at it because you guys sent me screenshots all over the country. And, we put it up on X and we put it on social media. We did the videos ourselves. And then, what happens is the complaints went away. Screenshots went away. Suddenly, this week, boom. Like, okay, so where there's no smoke, there's no fire. If this could be a very isolated case, I'm hoping that it is, because it's going to take them another 2 months to, whatever it's called, fix it or not. But if you guys are seeing this type of, again, the order is trip radar first. You try to match, click match. It says trip no longer available. And then it sends you the same as an exclusive for a lot less. If you guys are seeing that, send me the screenshot. Try to put them in order so I don't have to scramble. This would be perfect, actually, if you guys can do something like this. And so we can work on it again. again.
One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
I like what Matt has to say here. When you click match at the price and they tell you it's already been taken, and then they send it back cheaper
That's
since
true.
they know you want it, that's fraud.
I don't know if it's fraud, but I think it's definitely. I think it's definitely not kosher. And then their CTO, Chief Product Officer, said this should not happen because he responded publicly.
Yes, but okay, but here's the thing: him saying this should not happen versus it happening are two different things. You have a company of how many? 33,000 individuals. How many of them are coders? How many does Sachin actually see on a daily or weekly basis? I bet probably very few. He probably talks to the top coders when it comes to that, or their managers. So you probably have a manager of the coder that you probably talk to, being where he is in the company. So the simple reality is you have bonuses that say, hey, if you hit these thresholds within a given time frame, you get a bonus as a coder.
There's a potential to that.
Potential.
I don't know the internal workings of Uber, but
yeah, when it comes down to that, then the reality is you're going to put in things that are in your system, and they don't seem to take out those things ever. So you're seeing I mean, how long ago did they switch to flat rate? That was probably what, 5-6 years ago at this point now.
Flat rate
surge, yeah.
Yeah, more, yeah, 6 years ago maybe.
So literally, we saw within 6 months, we saw people talking about, oh, what is this? And there were screenshots of multiplier surge because they're a new driver. They don't know what multiplier surge is. We've been around for a decade and we know what it is. We liked it. But
not my problem. Sachin gets into trouble. Sachin can kiss my, you know what? But look, I'm just trying to look out for you guys. Anyway, you guys are seeing this shit again.
Yeah.
Send it to me. Sergio at the Rideshare.
Yeah. Now, I don't think it's fraud, but I think it's something like
classic bait and switch, bro. Come on. I mean,
yeah,
but it's like there's a truth to what Matt said because you're accepting it. The algo is assuming that you wanted to match, and then you will accept a lesser offer because initially you wanted to match, but not for 40% less.
Yeah,
it was like
so I think
less. Okay,
I think
but
so.
Not
again,
40%.
As I had previously said, when Sachin actually made that response, was why? Because Matt posted again on X and then tagged Matt, if you wouldn't mind letting us remember, because I can't remember if it was FTC, FCC, maybe both.
I think we're all there.
But that is part of the reason why. So they want to say, oh, this shouldn't happen, because if the FTC or FCC get involved and they're looking at it and saying, what is going on? Then, they could come in and really hammer down something on them, because that is extremely, yes, it's unethical, but it's actually illegal practices too. So I wouldn't call it fraud. I don't think that's what it is. But it is an illegal practice where you're saying, hey, we're offering you this price, and then we're going to take it away from you. Yes, it's a bait and switch, but there's a certain term, and I can't remember what it is. Unfair deceptive practice. Yeah, there you
go. I just think it's just waste of everybody's time, because if they think like they're going to slip one by, again, I'm hoping it's just one and done. I don't get it, but I wouldn't be shocked that by Friday, Chris, I have like 30 screenshots of this shit. So bring it on, send it. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, and if you see it more and more, you know what? Send it to Sergio, but also make sure you put it on X, tag Sergio and myself, and also make sure you at FTC and FCC and all those other lovely 3-letter agencies, as well as Dara and Sachin and anybody else that they hire up in Uber. And let's see how they sweat their pants at that point. Because remember, he responded on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So Yeah, you got to have something there because you want to try to get ahead of it. So then the big boys don't come down
Yeah,
on you.
exactly.
So just saying, probably a
Okay.
good strategy.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.